Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us again this Thursday night. This is called Good Vibration, and we're being joined by founders from around the world. Tonight, we've asked our founders who are with us to choose a favorite quotation, a favorite event or theme or story, information that helps them. And tonight we're going to share it, going to record it here, and we'll do it the days and weeks ahead. Just something to keep us happy, just something to keep us in a good mood. So Marty, I know, has been working hard to find some wonderful sayings, excellent at doing this off the cuff. Chris, I know, has also got some good ones that keep him in line and help him when the days get tough. And one of the ones that I like is speak in such a way that others love to listen to you. Listen in such a way that others love to speak to you. And that's going to start us off this evening. So we're going to ask you tonight to put your hands up, and then you just help us and tell us what your favorite quote is or your favorite affirmation is. It's going to be as simple as this tonight. It's lots of participation from all of you. If you have more than one, I'm going to ask you to just say one at a time, but why it helps you to feel good. Then put your hand down. We'll go to the next people, but then put your hand back up and I'll put you back and we'll go through everything. So anything that you're grateful for, a sentence, a comment, affirmation, quote, here we go. Eric, you're the first one with your hand up, please. What's yours? Eric Kessler, please unmute yourself. Lynn, if you can help us, we won't have the permanent mute button pushed down all the time. We'll just let people do it, that they can pop in as we call them, if that's okay.
Yeah, it's set on that. The default is they can unmute themselves.
Okay, perfect. Excellent.
Ready?
So Eric Kessler, if you'd like to tell us what yours is. Yes, please.
This is one of my favorite quotes. It's from Henry David Thoreau. And I've heard this years ago, and I had a poster with it one time, but I don't know what I do with it. But it says, if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with success unexpected in common hours. Isn't that amazing? You know, and that's kind of the way it was for me with ONPASSIVE. I mean, since probably early 90s, late 90s anyway, I was looking for something to do. And I knew I was going to find it. And I tried a bunch of different things like everybody did here. And then I found, or ONPASSIVE found me. And I that's the way I say it. That's the way I believe it. It was unexpected. I wasn't looking for it. I was looking for a way of marketing. And then I met Arthur, and you all know that story. Arthur mentioned it to me. And then I said, no, I've heard of this kind of thing before and it doesn't work. But thanks, Arthur. You're a great guy. I said, no problem. So he hung up, and then it was like I got that feeling or intuition, voice, whatever you want to call it. Hey, you need to do this. So that was unexpected, and it was in uncommon hours because it was like, you know, in the evening, and I really wasn't looking for it. Thank goodness that I found it, or ONPASSIVE found me. I have another one, so I'm going to put my hand back up, but thanks for listening.
Thank you, Eric. Next person, please, Cynthia, who's doing tricks on her screen. I hope it's Cynthia Daring. If you'd like to unmute yourself, please. But right now you are down, but maybe that's what makes. Can you unmute yourself? Okay, we'll come back to Cynthia. We'll come back to Cynthia in a few moments. Let's move on to the next person. Willow, if you would like to unmute yourself and give us your quote or affirmation and about a minute or so to explain why it makes you happy, please.
Gotcha. I'll be good, Robin, I promise. You know, I was teaching a class today about forgiveness and how important it is for your own spiritual growth or your growth in general. And I ran across a quote from long ago from Mother Teresa, and I loved it. And so I posted it today on Facebook. And it starts with, if you're humble, nothing will touch you, neither praise nor disgrace, because you know what you are. And that quote has had such impact on me, especially when I worked in corrections, where, you know, people think if you've done heinous acts that you're not forgiven and you're not worthy and you never can regain your innocence. And I'm here to tell you that's not true, because the whole world is worthy, every single one of us. So I just wanted to add that to let people know, because it's so ugly out there right now. You feel like you're being bombarded from all angles. But just remember, nothing takes away your value. Okay, Robin, I'm done.
Thank you, Willow. Beautiful as ever. Thank you so much. Michael, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please, and give us yours.
Hello. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, our leaders. I have so many of them, but the one that really strikes me is one from Winston Churchill, who says, it says that success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is a courage to continue that counts. If you listen to the words, they speak a lot. I've tried a lot of, sorry?
Very powerful.
Yeah, I've tried a lot of things in my life that did not work out for me. And I saw my trusted friend in Iowa introduce me to ONPASSIVE. Look at me now. I have so many friends all across the group. So it makes me happy. Going by that code, it makes me happy as well very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Michael. Judy, if you would like to unmute yourself, please, and tell us what makes you happy.
Okay. Hi, and good evening, everybody, all leaders and founders. My husband's best quote was, all good things come to those who wait. And last year I lost him and I kind of lost my way. And my dear friend, Pat Parent, got a hold of me and said, let's take this trip together. And I joined up on Passive, and I've never had a sad day since. I mean, it's family, everybody's family, and it's beautiful. I just love it. That's all I have to say. So thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you for being with us again tonight. You're very special to all of us. Jean, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Hi, Robin. When you asked me to come up with a quote, I have too many. So I thought back to when I was graduating from high school and you had to put a quote in the yearbook. And I don't know where I found this poem at the time. I don't recall it, you know, what inspired me to put it, but there was a 4-line phrase from the poem that I printed in my yearbook. And I know time is short. The whole poem takes about 1 minute and 40 seconds. But what I can do is just read the first stanza. And then if there's time later, I can read the whole poem, because let me tell you, it applies to ONPASSIVE in a very powerful way. And so I hope I have an opportunity to read the whole thing. But if you allow me, I'll read just the first stanza. Is that okay?
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay, great. It's called What I Live For, and it's by George Linnaeus Banks. I think I'm saying that correctly. I live for those who love me, whose hearts are kind and true, for the heaven that smiles above me and awaits my spirit too, for all human ties that bind me, for the task by God assigned me, for the bright hopes yet to find me, and the good that I can do. And that's the first stanza in a 5-stanza poem. And it's profound. So I hope I get the opportunity to read the whole thing, but I understand we want to get everybody in today. So I just thought that was very powerful. It obviously It moved me when I was a senior in high school, and it moves me still. So I wanted to share it today.
Beautiful, Jean. Thank you so much. And we will circle back to you as well. So thank you. I'm keeping running lists of all the names as people pop up. So I hope I don't miss anybody. I want
to give a quick shout out to Julie, who did a wonderful video about how to do your lighting and your professional presence on the webinar. So I hope I'm doing a better job today. I'm having a little bit of a problem with my light, but I'm working on it. So thank you, Julie.
Wonderful. I received an email from my friend Thierry Ocho. He said unfortunately he could not be with us this evening, but he did send in a quote that is very special to him. So I'm just going to read it, and then we will move on to Lily Lane. So from Thierry Ocho in France. Sois le changement que tu veux voir dans ce monde. Be the change you want to see in this world. Thank you, Thierry. We've included you as well. Lily Lane, if you'd like to help us and unmute these and give us your quote.
Thank you, Robin, for this opportunity. I have several, like many people, but the one that I would like to deal with tonight that relates to the program is to turn a deaf ear when people try to discourage you. And that came about because there were 10 frogs in a pit, and they all 10 was trying to get out. And the closer they get to the top, people were around the pit saying, pull little things, they're not going to make it. Pull little things, they're not going to make it, and they'll fall back in. And they kept going until one of the frogs made it out. So what happened when that frog made it out, they began to interview the frog to find out what did he do differently than the others. Well, in the process of interviewing, they found out that the frog was deaf. So he could not hear the people saying, pull a frog, you're not going to make it. So that's where I got that from. Turn a deaf ear when you hear negative things, when people say negative things. Thank you, Robin.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lily. William, if you would like to unmute yourself, please, and give us yours.
Hello, Robin. Hello, Robin.
Hello.
Yeah. I have one that was a book I read. I think he wrote the book, I think, in Grow Rich. And then he had a book, it's called Outwitting the Devil. And he had a quote. He said, fear is like a man-made devil. So that's by Napoleon Hill. So the fear of the world and all its violence and poverty and everything, if you put that in your heart, it's not going to be very good. You have to move on and persevere for better. And I believe, like, going through any difficulties in life, if you put that fear that you're not going to make it, like you turn a deaf ear to it, I think you will achieve. And on passive, oh man, the achievements are going to be big, young and old. That's my take. So Robin, I sent you a poem too it's called Patience. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you so much, William. Let's see if Cynthia can unmute herself again. And if she can tell us, I know you'll still be sitting upside down, but if you can unmute yourself. There's a little microphone that you can click on, I think, that should open up the pathway.
Somebody can tell her how to fix that too.
There we go. Okay, this is my first time, so excuse me any errors I make. Okay, all I got is, We shine bright so others can shine brighter. I'm a true ONPASSIVEan. That's it.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. And I'm so sorry, I don't know how to help you sit straight up again. So
I don't know. It's okay, no problem.
But you know, right now, you're one of our happy faces on the screen. So don't worry, it makes people think and put a smile on their face. We'll help you fix that afterwards, though. Don't you worry. The next person, please, is Della. If you would unmute yourself, please.
Hi, Robin. Hi,
Hello.
everyone. Good evening. This is the most beautiful webinar, beautiful topic of all, because I live with affirmation and quotes every day. A little story of my life. I am very close to my parents. I was born very loving child because my parents loved me. My dad is so close to me, he's my buddy. And my mom is a homebody. She's a teacher, but a homebody. So I always talk to them. And when my mom is sitting in the sala, I always ask her, why are you always here and you're not talking? She said, when I'm in the living room, it means I'm ready to talk to you. And if I'm in the room, it means I want private. So every time I have problems when I was a kid, because I was a little bit bullied, she always say to me, if you want to be happy, feel good all the time of yourself. So I always have this quote, happiness remains hidden to the closed-minded. And I grow up being open-minded like my parents. And he said to me that when you see a rainbow, because I always share her that I always see a rainbow when I was a kid. And then he says that the rainbow is a symbol of a colorful life, and you will understand that when you grow up. And right now, I always feel happy when I see a rainbow, even if I'm already old. So this is all I can share to you. God bless you.
Thank you, Della. Merci, and if you would like to unmute, please. What are you going to tell us tonight?
Yeah, thank you so much. And I have a lot like everyone, but I'm just going to talk about one. Mine is, I cannot change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust myself to always reach my destination. What make you beautiful, make you a happy person. So ONPASSIVE have done that to me. I couldn't get so many things, but ONPASSIVE make me turn away the direction of my life. I changed myself, and I'm now doing a lot of things that I couldn't achieve long time ago. So that's a quote that I love so much. I cannot change the direction of the wind, but I can adjust myself to always reach my destination. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for telling us and sharing that one with us. Tina, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I am a great fan of Dr. Wayne Dyer, and I love this quote from him. If you believe it will work out, you'll see opportunities. If you believe it won't, you'll see obstacles. So that has been one of my directions in my life as well, that we should believe first before seeing. And that has brought me here to ONPASSIVE, because I believe in Della, my sponsor, she's here. And I believe, and I'm here, and I'm so happy. The other thing, if you allow me to share, Robin, is my own quote. I've been called a acronym diva, so and I've been using it a lot lately since the top. So the acronym for the top, what I came out with is truly happy enablers trusting on passive's purpose. And that was exactly the reason why I was really glad that it was chosen from all the others when we were brainstorming about the Burj Khalifa. And it's really, truly, I believe it, that we are all truly happy enablers, trusting in on passive purpose. Thank you, Robin. That's from me.
Thank you, Tina, so much. And that is so beautiful. If you would you write that out in the chat? Your acronym for To the Top? If you would care to share that, if you would allow us to use that and
most definitely
make that special as well. Thank you so much. All right, after Tina, Robin, we have Lisa, please, if you would unmute yourself. Lisa McBride.
Hi, thank you, Robin. Mine's just a quick little teaching about the power of positivity that helped me. And it's an old Cherokee telling his grandfather or his grandson about life. And it says, "There's a fight going on inside me," he said to his grandson. "It is a terrible fight, and it is between two wolves. One is evil. He is anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego." He continued, he said, "The other is good. He is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside of you and inside of every other person too." And the grandson thought about it for a while, and he said to his grandfather, "Well, which wolf wins?" And the grandfather said, "The one you feed."
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Helen, if you would like to unmute yourself, please. Where's our Helen de la Bastide? Okay, we'll hold her place and we'll come. We have Armand. If you would like to unmute yourself, please, and give us your wise words tonight.
Bear with me. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. I had myself unblocked. Anyways, I'll keep it short. Thanks very much, Robin, for your excellent presentation and help with everybody here. It's really a blessing to have you with us and all the co-hosts and all that. Appreciate it very much. But I have it's sort of like I think it's from Charles's song. Now, we all have good quotes, I'm sure, but I was really like this one, and I think I may have gotten it a bit wrong, but to paraphrase, let's see, where does it go now? Oh yeah, this is for naysayers. Charles's song, I think he said, documentation before conversation. You know, you got the naysayer saying, "Oh, I heard all this." Oh, well, that's just conversation. And Charles's song, I believe he said it right on the head, nail there, hit nail head. Documentation, it might be outperforms conversation. I get the middle word wrong, mixed up, but some will come up with the right way. I'll have to ask Charles, but that's such a great thing. And if I may say one more other thing, Robin, this has been with me for decades, and I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. And the sermon that I saw with ONPASSIVE for the last 11 and a bit months is Ash Mafur's dream come true, my lifelong dream come true. I never had the answers, but Ash did through I believe, the unseen hand of God. And kind of lose my train here, but oh yeah, the Burj Khalifa. Come on, there it is. I'd rather see a sermon. Well, that was the sermon I saw I always had faith in this on passive, and in Ash, I never doubted it for 1 second. Once Francesca Horbe brought me in, invited me in, I caught this thing immediately. And I'm just a retired postal worker, but I want to thank you all. I got a million of these things, but that's mine. And I snuck the extra one in there, Robin. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're the best. Thank you very much.
Patricia, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Thanks, Robin. Can I do a morning and night affirmation?
Absolutely.
Okay. My morning one is, nothing can dim the light that shines within. And before I go to bed, I always say this one. I'm better than I used to be, better than I was yesterday, but hopefully not as good as I'll be tomorrow. So those
Beautiful.
are a few things that I do morning and night. And I believe with ONPASSIVE, that's where we are. There's nothing that we can't do. Thanks, Robin.
Thank you, Pat. Marty, I know you're out there somewhere. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, I am here. I think I'm here. Yeah. It's not very long. It's just something I actually noticed especially in ONPASSIVE. Most people are nice when you finally see them.
Yes. Profound.
So many people are overlooked, you know?
Yeah. Profound. Thank you, Marty. Jennifer, if you would like to unmute.
Hi, thanks, Robin. I saw this quote.
Jennifer, there you are.
I saw this quote. I don't know who wrote it, but I just thought it kind of appealed to me because I've always tried to live my life this way. So it goes, if you see someone falling behind, walk beside them. If you see someone being ignored, find a way to include them. Always remind people of their worth. One small act could mean the world to them.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
David from India, would you please unmute? And thank you for joining us again this week.
Thank you, Noble. I have to say a few things like we know there is 3 kinds of intelligence. One is NI. NI is natural intelligence, right? Which is we the human have. Another is AI, artificial intelligence that we all know well. And then finally is HI, means higher intelligence, means we can say God, I call it higher intelligence. Non-passive, we all are in God mood. God mood means the work is done because one higher force is helping us to move forward. And that higher force, that higher power, higher confidence is always within us, right? We are solar energy moving forward strong. Another quote I want to say, start working, the path will get clearer. Again, start working, the path will get clearer. We are moving higher and higher. And finally, WWF, I like the word. WWF means worldwide freedom. Another is WWO, means worldwide ONPASSIVE. And finally, noon, NWO, noon. NO means no, and no means now ONPASSIVE. Another is on. On means ONPASSIVE now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. David Schweitzer, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please, and tell us what is special for you. David?
Are you talking to me? I didn't see my picture up there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There you go.
Okay. Well, I just want to say that I'm really happy that I found ONPASSIVE, and I feel really good about that. Another thing too, I'm amazed how much it's grown. I mean, when I was back in the early days, I kept checking and I kept saying, wow, this is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And so I'm really excited how it grown, and I feel very lucky with that. And I feel lucky that we're all involved with that. And it's another thing too, I want to say is I'm happy that I made so many friends in Unpassive. Okay,
Thanks,
you.
David. Is there a special quote that you like to refer to sometimes, or a special a special phrase that helps to lift you up when you feel a bit down that you'd like to share with us?
A special what now?
A special quote or an affirmation or something?
Not right now, I don't.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. Listra, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Thank you, Robin. Well, as you know, I love to post all those inspirational things, right? I collect them, I save them, and I put them on when the time is right. And last night, I just felt that I needed to. One of them that really, really stuck with me is this one. We don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges. And I know a lot of us face so much. I have been through a lot, but I have grown, and I have used many of these to help others as they've helped me. Okay. And right now I find myself going through a few things. So using these right now, just reading them and putting them out there, that helps me. And I hope it helps a lot of people too. Thank you.
Absolutely, Listra. Thank you so much for what you do. They do help a lot of people. And if you'd like to come back round 2, we'd love you to add something else in as well, because you've got some magnificent ones. Thank you.
Thanks, Robin.
Runa, if you would like to unmute yourself, please. What helps you to put a smile on your face?
I have one quote here, which helps me a lot, and it says, "Be strong enough to walk away from what isn't best for you, and be patient enough to wait for the blessings you deserve." Thank you.
Wow. Beautiful. Thank you, Runa.
You're welcome.
Mirthlin, and now Mirthlin, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Hello, everyone. One of my best is be still and know that there is God, which allows me time to reflect and just relax, which leads me to when Unpassive found me. It says that every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, patience, and passion to reach the stars to change the world. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Jane, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
Hello, everyone, and my wonderful ONPASSIVE family. There are so many quotes, like everybody said, but I'm going to share one that's very, very simple, but to me it's very profound. It's really be a blessing to others, and you will be blessed yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Short and simple.
Thank you so much. And if you want to come around too as well, please just put your hand up again afterwards, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Momodou, I know you're working, but maybe you can join us with your quote. Otherwise, we'll come back to you. If you can unmute yourself, Momodou.
Yes, Miss Noble. Good evening, and hello, everybody. As you rightly say, I'm at work here, but the quote I have that always keeps me moving and never get tired and never lose hope and always stay positive is, tough time never lasts, but tough people do. You know, life is full of obstacles. Life is a journey and it's full of obstacles.
Mm-hmm.
But if you persevere, and overcome that obstacle, you become the tough man. That's what it means. Tough time never lasts. It's just a temporal something. It's just an obstacle, but when you overcome it, you become tough man. That is tough time never lasts, but tough people do. So that's the quote always keep me going, no matter what circumstance I find myself. I know it's just a temporal time. Thank you for allowing me to share mine.
Thank you, Mamadou. You know, it's true. When we find ourselves in situations that are really tough and difficult, don't stop. Keep going. Because it's when we stop, we get stuck. So if we're able to keep going, as much as it might be painful or it still hurts a little bit, it does get easier as we start to get through it. So don't ever stop when you're in the middle of something that's a tough one.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mamadou.
You're welcome.
Let's go to Amy, please, if you would like to unmute yourself and tell us.
Hi, Robin. Hi, everyone. Thank you. I always try to be a positive person, and I found a quote from Mother Teresa. It says, "Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but their echoes are truly endless." That makes me think of ONPASSIVE.
Another beautiful, powerful one. Thank you, Amy. Julie, if you'd like to unmute, please, and give us yours that inspires you.
Thank you, Robin. The ones that inspire me so much and the ones that I want to live by the rest of my life is a quote from Napoleon Hill, and it came from the book Think and Grow Rich. If you like to see that book, it's actually, you can listen to it on YouTube. It's a 10 hours long. I haven't get through the whole entire book, but only probably the first 1 hour, and it's been 3 years. So the quote that I resonate the most is, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. And Napoleon Hill is one of the first gentlemen that I learned from. And then the second one is Wayne Dyer, which Tina has said. And now the third one, we all know, Mr. Ash Mofarad. I also, Robin, posted in the update for everyone to remind ourselves to stay still, and also remind ourselves of the assignment that Mr. Ash Mofarad has stated the other day. So I put all of that on updates and also on my my feed on Facebook as well. If anyone needs to use it for yourself or share it with others, please feel free to do so. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks, Julie. Wanda, if you would like to unmute, please, and give us your inspirational quote that helps you through tough times.
Okay, hello, everyone. Good evening. What I found to help me out through life was something my mother said to me when I was as young as 6 years old. I came home from school crying about something, and she said to me, "You know that nothing is ever going to stay the same." And she says, "You'll have good times and not so good times." And what I've experienced in life was my strong belief that things will work out in the end, and they always do. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Then we have Lori, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
Hi, Robin. Hi, everybody. I have a quote that I sent to Ash on his, I think it was his birthday, and I had sent a quote to him, and it was the two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. And I thought that was by Mark Twain. Anyways, I always thought that was a good quote. And other than that, patience is a virtue.
Yes.
Thank you.
Anyways, thank you all. Good to see you.
Virginia, if you would like to unmute, please, and give us your quote.
Hello, everyone. My quote is, if you change the way you look at the world you look at will change. And that makes me think about being positive and looking at the good side of life instead of always being negative and thinking, oh, I just can't do this, what's going to happen? So when I start to feel a bit down or worried about something, I think about that quote, and it just makes me think, well, yes, I can do it, and I have to find a way to do it. And that always helps me every day.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, you were going to say?
Yeah, I was just going to say, somebody said something just not so long ago, and I've something similar, which goes, if you talk at me, I may not hear you. If you tell me, I may not listen, but if you walk beside me and be my friend, I will understand.
Yes, that's beautiful as well. Thank you so much, Virginia.
Thanks, Robin.
Harold, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Good evening, everyone. At first, I wasn't going to get on, but I noticed everyone that's here is participating. I was just stealing, okay? But Julie brought up a point about Napoleon Hill, and I'm sitting here, I had read that, but this one that I read was from John Maxwell. It says, the difference between where we are and where we want to go is created by the changes we're willing to make in our lives. And for me to participate, to share, is a change in my life. I'm here all the time on the program, but I never share or even show my face until Julie showed me about the lighting and stuff. Now I feel a lot better. Thanks for letting me share.
And thank you for being with us this evening. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Charles, if you would like to unmute yourself, please, sir.
Yes, ma'am, I would. I have a couple of little quotes that stuff that I've collected for a long time. One that makes you think. It's like having faith is like a small lamp in a dark forest. It does not show everything at once, but gives enough light for the next steps to be safely taken. Our destiny is not created by the shoes we wear, but by the steps we take. A meaningful life is not being rich, being popular, being highly educated, or being perfect. It's about being real, being humble, being able to share ourselves and touch the lives of others. Because it's only then that we could have a full, happy, and contented life. One quote I really love is that people who might wonder if your glass is half empty or half full, I think they're missing the point. The glass is always refillable. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Charles. That last one is one of my favorites as well. Thank you so much. I guess I have to find another one again. Theodore, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Yes, Robin, thank you. And good night to everyone. Robin, you woke me up because I really had to come to you with this one. You said champions keep playing until they get it right. And that is so huge because that's why a lot of people are not in passive today. They stop playing. And I'm so happy that I continue to play because now I have Unpassive. Thank you.
It's wonderful that you're with us, Theodore. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin.
Rob, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Yes, thanks, Robin. As Lynn Nakamoto's partner, better half, oh no, not better half, husband and hubby, I just like to bring something to light that I learned in 1961, a long time ago. And that was from President John F. Kennedy, former President of the United States of America, when he, in his inauguration speech, asked everyone around the country to ask not, what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Well, this rings really solid with ONPASSIVE and Mr. Chris for sure, because I've changed the words just a little that I feel will be more than appropriate and might even become our byline. And that is, ask not what humanity can do for you, but what you can do for humanity. And I hope that rings true for all days with ONPASSIVE. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful shift in that, Rob. Thank you so much. Absolutely. There are some beautiful quotes being given to us this evening. Thank you so much for participating. And I will get back to those who have been through this once. I've made the list and I continue to pop people in as they come up. So this is just absolutely very special. Thank you so much. And I put that together very badly, that sentence. Nadu, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Thanks, Robin. I'm Nadu, and my affirmation is coming from M.A. Man, and he's saying, wise up. Because when you start something, what you thought at the beginning is not always the result you have at last. And I see it from ONPASSIVE. So it's not going to stop until you wise up. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you. Mary, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Hello, Robin. Hello, Chris, Marty. And
Mary, you're muted again. Oops. There you go.
okay. Hello, everyone. And thank you, Robin. This one I learned when I was in grade 3 many, many years ago. It's very simple, but it's carried me on. And it goes, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better best.
Lovely.
That's one. Now, if I may quickly do this one. You can't control everything. Sometimes you just need to relax and have faith that things will work out. Let go a little and just let life happen. That's by Cody Keplinger. And a friend of mine sends me these little quotes every now and then. But I hope everyone enjoys this. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you, Mary. Sheila, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please. There you go, Sheila, you are unmuted. No, something's happened there. We can't hear you. Sheila, do you want to click your microphone on and off again just to see if it's in the connection? Mute yourself again. And now unmute yourself. No, we're not hearing you, unfortunately. Sheila, we'll come back to you. We'll circle back to you, all right? Let's see if we can fix this somehow. Okay, we'll come back to you. The next person, please, is Bridget to unmute herself.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Robin. Thanks for
Hello.
giving me the opportunity. I have a few quotes that I would like to talk about. One of them is, abundance is not something we acquire. It is something we tap into. And that's Wayne Dyer. And the other one is, as you think thoughts that feel good to you, you will be in harmony with who you really are. And that's Abraham Hicks. And then one other one, imagination is everything. It is a preview of life's coming attractions. Albert Einstein.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's go to Narelle now, please. If you would unmute yourself.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Narelle here from Australia. Sorry, I've not been around a great deal of late, but I am here now and I couldn't miss this, Robin, so thank you. My quote today is this: how wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. We all have the opportunity before Bless launches. We all have the opportunity every day to help out where we can. It could be just a smile. It could be a hello to someone on the street. Make sure that today you bless others by being there and being a part of their life so that they too can be uplifted, and lifting up humanity is what we are all about. So let's all do that each and every day. Thanks again.
Beautiful. Thank you, Narelle. Jay Wu, please unmute yourself. We've missed you. We haven't seen you in a long time either.
Thank you, Robin. Good evening, everyone. It's good to be back. Like Narelle, I've been away for a bit, but I'm back from West Africa and I'm happy to be on the webinar again. The quote that I want to share with everyone is by the author Wallace D. Wattles. And he wrote a book in the early 1900s entitled The Science of Getting Rich. And in that book, he described a person as an advancing man. And from that book, he said this about that person, and I want to share it with the community because it reflects my desires, but it also harmonizes with what our wonderful CEO has shared with us over the past months. In that publication, he said that an advancing man works in a certain way. He is a creative center from which increase is given off to all. He does everything with the firm conviction that he is an advancing personality and that he is giving advancement to everybody. He is well aware that he is getting rich, and in doing so, he is making others rich and is conferring benefits, or as Ash would say, added value to all. He does not boast or brag about his success or talk about it unnecessarily. He does not seek for power over other men. He knows that such an insidious temptation would lead to disaster, and he avoids it at all costs. He dislikes the competitive mind and spirit and loves the power of the creative mind and the positive spirit it can create. And that was written by Wallace D. Wattles.
Thank you so much for that. Let's go to Panina. If you would like to unmute yourself, please. You through difficult times.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the webinar.
Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Good afternoon, good evening, good day, everyone. I'm Panina Nathaniel from Papua New Guinea. I have a quote that I want to share with you. It's kindness comes in many forms, but always from the heart. Any forms of kindness you can give others but it always comes from the heart. How kind you are is because you have a good heart. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Eric, if you would like to unmute yourself, please. I know we're starting round 2 now. Oops, Eric, if you don't mind, excuse me, I don't mean to be rude. Let's see if we can get Sheila to unmute herself and if we're able to hear her this time. And then we'll come back to you, Eric.
Hello.
There you are, Sheila.
I changed computers. Okay,
can
my
hear you.
saying is you're always one choice away from changing your life.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well worth you changing computers. Thank you so much for telling us that.
Okay.
There we go. Eric, please, if you would unmute yourself.
Thank you. I have one more quote from Henry David Thoreau. It says, "Never look back unless you're planning to go that way." And you can look at that 2 ways. Always look forward because that's the way you want to go. I think that's why everybody that's done other businesses or before anything found Unpassive, because they forgot about their failures or whatever, because it wasn't necessarily their fault or whatever reason, but they knew in their heart that there was something there for them. Marty talks about that all the time, and finally finding it with Unpassive. And I think that's also like why a lot of people some people ask for refunds, because they always look back and they got afraid because the past burnt them so much that they just wanted to give out and give up, and so they didn't have to worry about it. The ones that are still here after so many years are the ones that kept that vision and looked forward and stayed plugged in. And I think that all covers that in that quote. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Daisy, if you would like to unmute yourself, please. And thank you for joining us tonight. You're still muted, Daisy. There
Hello?
you go. There you are.
Oh, today now, my quote for the day or
Daisy, can you get a little closer? Daisy, can you get a little closer to the microphone so we can hear you clearer?
Ooh. Now?
There you go. I think that's better.
Okay. Good day from Papua New Guinea. So I want to share my quote, and here it goes. I am blessed so I can be a blessing to others. Sometimes I give up, I want to give up work because I work, but I feel like I have nothing simply because I'm just over generous. And knowing that Hash has a similar kind of quality, and it, knowing that being a blessing to others, it's the drive. So going back to what Hash will always say, that if I can change one person's life, I'll die a happy woman. Yep. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Daisy. It's been broken up. It's been broken up, but we've heard the gist that if you can help one person and change one person's life, it's been a... Thank you for being with us this evening. William Norris, if you'd like to unmute, please. Okay, we'll circle back to William. We've got Carol, Monsieur Lefrançois, if you would like to unmute, please.
Yes, Robin. Hello, everybody. My quote is, you make a living by what you get, and you make a life by what you give. So be the reason someone smiled today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's see if Mr. William Norris is there. If you can unmute yourself, please.
Yes, Robin, can you hear me?
There we go. Yes.
Not going to turn my camera on, got some work going on here. But there's a one that I've kind of learned to love and live with. It says one of the greatest gifts we can give to another who's going through adversity is hope. And, you know, I really believe that. I think that we all need to carry that with us, because I think a lot of times just a word of, you know, just a word to pick somebody up means a lot. Doesn't have to be a, you know, a physical thing, but just, you know, smiling and some, you know, honest, good words sometimes means everything to a lot of people. And I think that, you know, that fits perfectly with ONPASSIVE. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, William. Let's go to William Delorme, please, if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Hello, Robin. This quote is really good. So the greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitude of mind, by William James.
Thank you. Let's go to Jane, please, if you'd like to unmute yourself. Jane, if you have a second one you'd like to give.
Now.
There you go.
Sorry, I was trying to get unmuted. It wasn't working.
There you go.
I'm going to quote something by Stephen Covey, which I think is really, really good. Sow a thought, reap an action. Sow an action, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a character. Sow a character, reap a destiny. I think that's really powerful. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you so much. You know, tonight is a different type of night in what we're doing. And because we've got everybody participating, which is so wonderful, we may not actually be having the full impact of some of these beautiful quotes. So fortunately, this has been recorded and is being recorded. So hopefully some of you will go back and listen to it again. And I know that many of you have also been putting quotes in the chat area. Unfortunately, we're not able to read those or get to those. But again, this is something that we can refer back to. And thank you so much for all of you stepping forward with this. As I said, totally different to what we've done in the past. And it's just magnificent with the beautiful quotes that you've been coming up with. And what helps you when you come into a situation or in a difficult spot. So thank you for being part of this tonight. Let me see. Let's go to Theodore, please. If you would like to unmute for your round 2.
Oh, thank you, Robin. I just would like to quote this one. It said, good things come to those who believe. Better things come to those who are patient. And the best thing come to those who don't give up. Thank you.
Perfect. Let's go to Armand. Mr. Armand Hogue, if you'd like to unmute, please.
Yes, thank you very much, Robin. I just gotta let you all know, I didn't know about it. There's a foot rail and vehicular traffic bridge at Broadview and Queen in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And I've been living here all my 66 years. And it was only brought to my attention about 10 years ago. I never noticed it. And on the header of this Gothic iron overhead bridge, at the header, it says, the river I step in is not the river I stand in. And when I was directed to go read that, I stopped my vehicle. I was looking at it, reading it. And I thought, you know what? All the storms of life, this meaning is very important to me, because no matter where you go, it's all like a stepping stone. So we all go through different storms of life, and it doesn't mean we have to stand in that storm. You know, we just step on and carry on. And therefore, the river I am now standing in is the most beautifulest river I've ever stood in. And it's the Unpassive River for future humanity. No justice, no peace. Thanks to Mr. Ashmafura for coming up with this idea. That's all I got to say. Thanks. Sorry, I took too much of your time.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let's go to, sorry, I've just lost my place, but let's go to June. If you would like to unmute yourself, please, and give us your quote or inspirational thought.
Hi, everyone. Okay, mine's from Hercules. A true hero isn't measured by the size of his or her strength, but by the strength of his or her heart. That's my quote.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. And Gustavo, if you would like to unmute yourself, please, and give us your quote.
Yeah, thank you. And blessings to everybody. My quote is, when I see problems, when I'm confused, whatever is in my life, what I do immediately is to look for the presence of God and stay very calm and express my situations to Him and just wait of His guidance so I can start and stand up and walk as He wants, obeying Him. That is my tool. I always be clear that when I walk with Him, obeying Him in His will, always I see the light when it is not a light in my life.
Thank you so much, Gustavo. Next, please, if Marty would help us and unmute.
Yeah, here's one. Bad news is time flies. The good news is you're the pilot.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you, Marty. Harold, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Yes, I have another one. It says, whether you are a success or failure in life has little to do with your circumstances. It has to do much more with your choices. And I've heard Marty quote, he's been in the business for like 18 years. I haven't been in it that long, but I've made some choices in the business that weren't what it all supposed to have been. But Unpassive has been far beyond my wildest expectations. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you. Mike, if you would like to. Oops. Thank you. Michael, if you would like to unmute, please.
Thank you, Robin. I come again a second time. Good evening, everybody. I just see this one too, and I find it very interesting. It was written by William A. Ward. He was a missionary in the early days. So it says, before you speak, you should listen. Before you write, you should think. Before you spend, you should earn. Before you invest, you should investigate. Before you criticize, you should wait. Before you pray, you should forgive. Before you quit, you should try. Before you retire, you should save. And before you die, you should give it out. So I found that very interesting as well, Robbie. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Marcienne, if you would like to unmute yourself.
Sure. Thank you so much. I am so happy I have to speak twice. Okay, this one, I really love it because it applies to us. And to fight injustice and cruelty, we need love and compassion. So, and the second one that I'm going to say, it comes from our CEO. If nobody is affected by you, you are nobody. Ash Mufara, October 2020. Thank you so much.
Let's go to Listra, please, if you would like to unmute.
Hi again. Okay, this one really, really got to me because it reminds me of Chris and Oh Bless. Help someone even if you know they can never help you back. And Oh Bless, we are not looking for anything in return. We just want to be there to help and to do whatever we can out there. We don't need anything in return. And that's it.
Thank you, Listra. Tina, if you would like to unmute, please.
Thank you, Robin, for the second opportunity to speak. I have shared this with Amy just a little while ago. It's my mantra, actually. It's a very short 2 words: love, life. Living one's values every day, to live in full exhilaration. And that's how I've been living for many years. And ONPASSIVE came to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina. It's true, short and sweet. We sometimes don't have to go beyond that, do we? Let's go with Mary. If you would like to unmute again, please.
Thank you, Robin, for giving me the chance. This is very short, but we all know how Ash Mufara said, dream big. This one is dream big, sparkle more, and shine bright. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Helen, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Robin. Thank you. Mine is very short and sweet, of course. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. And that is by Zig Ziglar. Thank you.
Thank you. Virginia, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
This quote is written by Maya Angelou, and it goes, "Let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your nightly prayer, and let faith be the bridge that you build to overcome evil and find good." And that brings to mind ONPASSIVE. Now, I'm so grateful and happy that I listened and became a member of ONPASSIVE, and faith being the bridge that we build to overcome evil. That's the corruption. So ONPASSIVE is the correction to corruption. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. One of our other founders sent us another message through email to me. And this one is, stop making excuses. Tired, sleep earlier. Out of shape, exercise more. Don't have time, quit watching TV. Don't have the money, stop wasting it. Seems too complicated, start small and try. Don't have the knowledge, learn and read a book. We all know what we need to do. but most people still don't do it because it's hard to go out of our own comfort zone, and it's just easier to make excuses. Thank you, Mary, for saying that. Let's go to Jean. You've got a beautiful 5-stance poem you're going to read for us, or you've got something else as well.
No, I think I'll just, in the interest of time, just read the last 2 stanzas
All
that
right.
I think are very, it's worth people looking it up. Again, it's called What I Live For by George Linnaeus Banks, B-A-N-K-S. I live to hail that season by gifted ones foretold, when men shall live by reason and not alone by gold. When man to man united and every wrong thing righted, the whole world shall be lighted as Eden was of old. I live for those who love me, for those who know me true, for the heaven that smiles above me and awaits my spirit too, for the cause that lacks assistance, for the wrong that needs resistance, for the future in the distance and the good that I can do.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Della, if you'd like to unmute yourself, please.
Thank you, Robin, for the second chance. This is really connected to Unpassive. I really like this. You cannot hang out with negative people and expect to have a positive life. The energy you surround yourself with is the energy you will become. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Jay Wu, your second one, please.
Thank you for this opportunity. This one's very brief, but I love it, and I say it often. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best.
Thank you. Gustavo, if you would like to unmute yourself, please.
Yes, thank you for the second possibility to share with you. And for me, it's very important, and I think so it's for everybody, we can really, let's say, be clear why we are here in this life. And I think that the Lord gave us the opportunity to learn, to have more wisdom, to look for His plans in our lives, and to share. And also that in this period of life, when we go and die, the most beautiful thing in my point of view, because it's the start of the eternal life. So we'll go to be in the present or plain and happy to know that we have done in this world something that was with value. And when we are here together in a family, it's just try to do the best, think what we can give, ideas, whatever, that will come better and better this world. And we have the amazing tool in ONPASSIVE that we can bless. And ONPASSIVE will go to change, as always said. We will
Thank you, Gustavo.
change the world. And that is our aim. Find a lot of. Thank you.
Thank you. Cynthia, if you would like to unmute yourself and give us a quote or an affirmation that helps you through situations.
Hello, everyone. I would like to read Noah's Ark. Everything I need to know, I learned from Noah's Ark. 1, don't miss the boat. 2, remember that we are all in the same boat. 3, plan ahead. It wasn't raining when when Noah built the ark. 4, stay fit. When you're 60 years old, someone may ask you to do something really big. 5, don't listen to critics. Just get on with the job that needs to get done. 6, build your future on high ground. 7, for safety's sake, travel in pairs. 8, speed isn't always an advantage. The snails were on the board with the cheetahs. 9, when you're stressed, float a while. 10, remember the ark wasn't built by amateurs. The Titanic was by professionals. 11, no matter the storm, when you are with God, there's always a rainbow waiting. Most people walk in and out of your life, but friends leave footprints in your heart. That's Noah's Ark. Thank you.
Beautiful, Cynthia. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
David, if you would like to unmute, please.
Thank you, Noble. Creating an advanced civilization with full of happiness and prosperity and abundance and affluence for everyone is not a magic. It's all about artificial intelligence. We know that we all are facing some challenges in present life, because challenges is good, adversity is good, where we become a realized soul, highly realized soul, and strong and powerful brain we develop. But as a example, Mr. Mufare, he faces challenges in life. And due to his challenges, he came up with the idea of ONPASSIVE technologies. And with the ONPASSIVE technologies, we all are changing the world, right? So whatever we are facing right now, it's all about realization point we are moving through. And it's good. It's always good to become a strong soul when you are facing challenges. Challenges is good, and be grateful for the challenges. That's why we are together right now. Because of our common challenges, we are together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, David. Absolutely. You see, we can come together with ONPASSIVE having been the glue that's brought us here and holds us together. Look how individual we are. Look at these beautiful, beautiful sayings and quotes that everybody has found and has in their lives that they use, and how much this is going to help everybody who listens to this beautiful webinar. Thank you so much for contributing. Lori, please unmute yourself.
Well, I had a comment that I had made, or something that I'd felt, and it says, my heart is so full, the joy that it will bring to the world will be amazing to see. I thank you forever for this journey in UnPassive. Thank you all, UnPassivians. And anyways, I had made a comment, and I write these things down, I guess, and keep them when I do them. But anyways, I'm just blessed to be here. Every day I come home and jump on the computer. I just rode 400 miles and you guys popped on the YouTube, and I just ran to the computer, and I got friends when I get home. Anyways, but thank you all. It's fun being here. And thank you,
Thank you, Lori. If you would like to unmute yourself, please. Charles, if you would like to unmute, please.
There we are. I just wanted to say that when I stand before my Creator at the end of my life, I would hope that I would not have a single bit of talent left, and could say to him, I used everything you gave me. I found over time that time and good friends are two things that become more and more valuable the older we get. Thank you, Robin.
Thank you so much for those very, very wise words. It's true. We take so much for granted, and as things happen in life and we get older, we start to separate what really is important to us. Thank you, Charles, so much for ending this evening on such a beautiful note. I have one more that I listened and I talk and say to myself when I get stuck as well. It doesn't matter how old we are or where we come from. Manners, kindness, respect, and compassion will always be the signs of a decent human being. On that note, everybody, I'm going to say thank you so much to all of you for joining us this evening. I look forward to seeing you with Chris and Marty next Thursday night, and who knows what we're going to talk about then as well. Remember that ONPASSIVE continues to grow and continues to do the work. Silence is nothing to be fearful of in this case. It means that a lot is happening behind the scenes, and patience is something that we can help our fellow founders understand if they start to get nervous because things don't happen immediately the way they expected and wanted to. ONPASSIVE is an iceberg, and we're only just seeing the very top of it at this point in time. And very soon we will be given much more information as and when it is possible. Thank you so much again for being with us. And with much respect, say good night and see you next week. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you, Robin.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Everyone. Thank you,
Bye,
Robin.
everyone.
Bye from you.
Marty, big guy.